going? My name is Elleesa and welcome to my crafting channel. So today I am going to guide you through one of my projects step by step. Let's get started. Okay, so today's project is a request from my daughter. She saw one of my designs and she wants me to put it on her jacket with a glittery background. So we're going to use infusible ink onto glitter iron-on onto a jacket for my daughter. So I'm going to jump into Design Space and I'm going to use a pre-made design that is made from shapes and the Cricut Basic font. So it's free right now. Today is the 22nd of August 2023 and I hope it continues to be free going forward. Okay, so what I've done is I've changed it all to a pen. It is set to any pen though, and it was a bit difficult you had to keep ununiting parts to change the pen, and that's my current version of Design Space, which is version 7.41.109. Hopefully that'll get easier to change which pen it is. I'm just going to use my Infusible ink pen on laser copy paper, and this is my cutout for my iron-on, and I have already flipped these designs, although it doesn't really matter. They are slightly asymmetrical, but that's okay too for what we want. Which way looks better? Let's see. Flip, horizontal. Yeah, that's the original way, I believe. Perfect. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so I'm just going to jump over to my overhead camera, which is very shadowy today because the weather is horrible here and I'm having to use my artificial light today. So I've got my Smart Iron-On, which is smart for Cricut Explorer and Cricut Maker, so I'm going to have to cut this down, but it's the glitter iron-on, and I've got two choices of infusible ink pens today, and I've just got some laser copy paper to transfer my design onto, and I've got my heat press. I am actually going to use the mini even though it's infusible ink because of the size of the project and the size of my daughter's jacket. Alright, so now I'm going to jump back into Design Space and press Make It. So I'm pressing Make It. I'm going to check that it all comes. I'm going to go on Matte. And so I've got my iron-on and my laser copy paper. Okay, so now I'm going to press continue, and I'm going to start with my iron-on, and I'm going to go browse all materials, smart, that's vinyl, iron-on, smart, iron-on, glitter. Done. My Joy is always needing more pressure at the moment. So I'm going to get my mat and take my dust cover off. Now this is my glittery side and this is my smooth side. So I'm going to put the smooth side down. It wanted me to put it... Let me just check that I needed to put it to portrait. That is correct. Perfect. So I'll put portrait and in the top left hand corner. And then I'm going to use my scraper to hold it down. Now make sure I've got enough room behind my machine as well. Go back to Design Space and it's asking me to load my mat. And now I'm going to go ahead and press go. Now it's asking me to unload or rerun. So I just want to check. I can see an outline off my design, and if I'm really keen, I can just check that I can pull up a little bit. Unload. So I'm unloaded, and next I'm going to pop my dust cover back on my mat, turn my mat over, and now I'm going to pull my mat away from my material, and I'm using the dust cover to protect my mat. Now before I checked that I had pulled it up a little bit before I clicked unload, so if I want to, I can just continue making sure that I'm weeding my design correctly. Try to pull it off at a 45-degree angle, and it's all done. Next is the laser copy paper. So it also is portrait. So I'll pop that in the top corner. Pop it down with my scraper. Now I'm just deciding, do I use the 0.4 or the 1mm marker? I think I'm going to go with the 1 and hope for the best. You can learn from my mistakes. I didn't get one of these joys where this repels. I have to put one underneath and it'll attach over there. Okay, so now laser copy paper back in Design Space. So I've selected my laser copy paper. Now for laser copy paper, my pressure can be default. That's actually perfectly fine. It's just asking me for my pen, so I'm just going to pop that down. And then I'm going to load up my machine. And then jump back into Design Space and press go. So far my pen choice has been the right one. Now to help me line up my design, I've got Design Space cutting out the outline as well. So I'm going to put my blade back in and press go. Now it's asking me to unload. Everything looks good to me. I'm not too fussed. I mainly got the outline cut so that I could have something to line it up to. So now I'm just going to go unload and go back and press done, and we're all good. Now back to unloading. I'll actually pop my Joy all the way back in now. We're done with that for now. Again, same technique, dust cover up and over. Now I'm going to take the outer cover off first. The design, pull 45 degrees, and then repeat with the design. Perfect. Now that's infusible ink to go on top of my glitter to go on to my daughter's jacket. So that's how it will all layer. So now I've just got to go to my Cricut heat guide. And there's a nifty new trick to the Cricut heat guide. So if I go to my 3 lines and go to home, and there's a Cricut heat guide button here. So there's 2 parts to my heat guide I want. I'm going to use my mini press, even though it's infusible ink. And I'm going to go to glitter iron, smart iron-on glitter. And my base material is going to be polyester. I'm going to apply. And it wants preheat for 5 seconds, medium for 25 seconds. Flip for 15 seconds. Next I'm going to go to infusible ink on copy paper, and I'm just going to pick t-shirt. And it's asking me for a preheat for 5, high 75. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start What am I going to do? I'm going to start by turning my iron on, my mini press to medium. You can see medium. And we'll wait for a moment while it loads. I'm just going to go get my easy press mats on my jacket. One for the surface. One for the jacket where I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put the logo on the right side. So let's go this way. Where am I going to put it? Put the lining right as well. So it's just under that armpit. Let's pop that one down there. There's probably a good spot. Just enough away from the zip. Not good enough. So now they said preheat for 5 seconds. So I'm going to grab my baking paper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, we just want to get this glitter iron on till we're here. We don't actually want it to be fully attached, otherwise we will burn it overall. Close as I can to the zip without getting it on the zip. Yes, I know this top is, I could have just gone straight on it, but my daughter really wanted the glitter. So, that's her fault. She really wanted a glittery unicorn. Hopefully I'm putting it in the right spot. But it's kids' Kinder jacket, so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this on for 10 seconds and then we're going to take it off. So just enough to adhere it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do is also going to move this down my mat as well. Now, is this cool peel? Probably. I'm just going to take it off. Trying just enough to peel off. Okay, so I got most of it. Good. Just this last little bit in the corner. Not so great. Maybe I'll just get that with this. Tell you if that was a good idea or not. Okay, so now, because I'm using my easy press, I'm going to wait till this cools down. I'll wait till all of this cools down, because as soon as it gets hot, it's going to touch. Now I also needed to move my easy press to high. And now I'm going to take this off to one side. Hopefully, yes, it's still on screen. Okay, now I'm going to take this whole thing, put it on. So this is what I'm going to use this as heat resistant tape. Pull this down, pull this down, pull this down. And I'm leaving it on the mat, which is taking longer, but that's okay in this instance. Use my hand. Okay, so now I'm going to also got my air purifier on, so that's going to add to the humming sound in my background. So I'm going to pop this on. The reason I cut my laser copy paper out was just to help me line it up. Purely to help me line it up. Okay. Now here I've got to do high for 75 seconds. So let me just get a timer. And we're going to get started. Let's go. Wish me luck. This is risky with Infusible ink. It's almost better with the Easy Press. However, the size of this jacket means my Easy Press won't get into all the nooks and crannies, so we're just taking a risk here. Also just a kid's kinder jacket. It's going to come home an absolute disaster. This is a special request from my daughter. And sometimes that's the only reason you need to craft. Well, I do anyway. Risky, but only a tiny bit of ghosting. That's awesome. You can see my little eyelash has got a little bit of ghosting. So I managed to burn a little bit of the top, but that's okay too. Also may have been already there. So, kids' kinder jacket, so I'm happy with that. The concept's there. I'm really impressed with how that's come out. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video today, please go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up for me. If it is the first time you're watching me, make sure it is not the last. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are amongst the first to know when I release a new video. Thanks for watching.